The date is January 16th, 2006. The Phoenix Coyotes, coached by Wayne Gretzky, are playing the Washington Capitals. Put simply, this might have been one of the most irrelevant games, not just of the entire season, but of all time. Or at least, it would have been had one of the craziest goals in NHL history not been scored. Coming into this game, both Washington and Phoenix were the weakest teams in their conferences. This was expected out of the Capitals, as they were just starting their rebuild and had very little scoring depth. But for the Phoenix Coyotes, they were in a position they didn't expect to be in. They had a number of good players and plenty of NHL experience, and they were being coached by the greatest player to ever play the game. But for whatever reason, they struggled to put everything together, and they found themselves on the outside of the playoff picture, trying to build some momentum during the last few months of the season to make a playoff push. When Washington came to town, the expected result should have been a win for the Coyotes. However, there was a bit of an obstacle in the way: a rookie Alexander Ovechkin, who had been setting the league on fire. The game got off to a quick start, with Washington putting a flurry of shots on net in the first 10 minutes. Phoenix did not look ready to play, and the Capitals took advantage of this by getting off to a quick start. At 5 minutes and 47 seconds in the first period, Alex Ovechkin scored his 31st goal of the season on an unassisted backhand shot. Shane Doan would follow this up with a goal of his own at 2 minutes and 7 seconds in the first period, with the frame ending in a 1-1 tie. 30 seconds into the second period, Ben Clymer scored his 6th goal of the season, and this was where things really started to fall apart for the Coyotes. Just over 2 minutes later, Dinas Zubris scored his 11th goal of the season, putting Washington up 3-1. The Capitals were all over the Coyotes, peppering the Phoenix goaltender with shot after shot, and at 8 minutes and 21 seconds in the second period, Brian Sotheby would score his 10th goal of the season, increasing the lead for his team to 4-1. This lead would then be increased to 5-1 when Matt Bradley scored his 5th goal of the season at the 6 minute and 19 second mark. The second period ended with Washington leading the Coyotes 5-1. At this point, you could argue that playing the third period was pointless. Phoenix was down 5-1 and had been getting outplayed the entire game. With that said, it's a good thing it was played, because one of the craziest goals to ever be scored in NHL history happened around 12 minutes into the period. Ovechkin picked up the puck on his strong side and approached the opposing defenseman one-on-one. He put the puck through the legs of the defender but got stood up. The Coyotes defenseman played him properly. But somehow, Ovechkin picked up the puck after putting it past the defenseman, and while falling, he flipped around onto his back with the puck on his stick and managed to get a shot off, putting the puck past the goaltender. When asked about the goal years later, the Coyotes defenseman Paul Mara said, "He comes down on the far boards. I come over to play him one-on-one, and it's sort of textbook play where it's like, okay, put your stick between his legs, push him in the chest, and try to get him down." He cut across, I did all that, put him on his back, and the next thing you know, I turned around, the puck was in the net, and I was like, what the heck happened? Seeing as he was coaching in the game, the great one, Wayne Gretzky, also had something to say about the goal. "I had two thoughts. How can 5 guys on the ice not stop a guy on his knees with a rolling puck? And shoot, my record could be in trouble." One of the more interesting facts about this game is that a young Austin Matthews was in the crowd watching. When he was asked about the goal, he said, "It was unbelievable. That was back when I think Gretzky was coaching. He was just looking up. He couldn't believe it." I think everybody up in the stands, nobody really cheered. They really couldn't get their heads wrapped around what just happened. Since scoring this goal in his rookie season, Ovechkin has gone on to become the greatest goal scorer of the last generation, and maybe even all time. He's won a Stanley Cup, many Rocky Richard trophies, and is close to beating Gretzky's goal scoring record. But even after scoring over 800 goals, this goal is still looked at as his most iconic. Chances are we'll never see a goal this impressive ever again, and it's only fitting that one of the most iconic goals in hockey history belongs to one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, rating, and a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like you just watched.